Morning, everybody. Today, let's speak about doping N and P on semiconductors. And in my last video, I said you that I will give you more details about this kind of doping when I introduced for you the generalities of diodes. Let's start with a short definition of the atom. The atom is a small element of the matters on which we can find a nucleus and one or more electrons surrounding this nucleus. The electrons are placed on energy levels well defined, and also the number of electrons on each orbit is well determined. There is a formula to assign each electrons on how many electrons we can assign it for each orbits. The closest electron to the nucleus are those who have a very high bonding energy. That means if we wanna to break this bonding, we need a huge energy to break these bonds. Okay. The nucleus are made with some protons with are made of one or more protons and a number of neutrons. The protons have a positive charge and the neutron doesn't have any charge. The electrons, of course, have a negative charge. Okay? The electron are attached to the proton with the magnetic forces, and the proton are attached to the neutron with the nuclear forces. Okay. The number of proton is called in the atom is called the atomic number. Okay. And it defines to which chemical elements the atom belongs. Okay. For example, any atoms which contain 29 proton is a copper. Okay, is copper. The atom can be attached to other atoms by a chemical bonds. Chemical bonds to form a chemical components such as molecules and crystal. And the electron are attached to the proton with the magnetic forces, and the proton are attached to the proton with the nuclear forces. Okay. Now, if we have two atoms with different charges or opposite charges, maybe both positives or both negatives, these atoms repel each others. Now, if we have two atoms with the different opposite charges, they attract each others. Let's take hydrogen atoms. On hydrogen atoms, we can find one electrons and one protons and one neutrons. If we take Bohr atoms, we can find 5 electrons and 5 protons. Now, if we take sodium atoms, these atoms contain 11 electrons and contain 11 protons. If we have now a number in the atom, if we have a number of electrons equal to the number of protons, that means this atom is neutral. Now, if we have a number of electrons upper or higher than the number of lower than, if we have a number of electrons lower than the number of proton, that means this atom is positive. It has a positive charge. Now, if we have number of electrons higher than the number of protons, that means this atoms has a negative charge. Okay. Let's take a periodic table, and we take a look to silicon semiconductor. A silicon semiconductor, it has it contains 14 electrons, 14 protons, and it has 4 electrons at the end, at his end orbit. And now if we take arsenic atoms, the arsenic atoms, it contain 33 electrons and 33 protons. That means at the end orbit we can find 5 electrons. Using both atoms, these atoms, we can create the N junction. Okay, let's see it in my next slides. Now, don't forget the number of electrons at the end of the orbit of both for silicon and the arsenic. Now, if we take a look to indium, this is the silicon, and now we take a look to the indium. The indium, it contains 49 electrons and 49 protons. That means at the end of the orbit of indium atom, we can find 3 electrons. That means this atom is able to make 3 bonds with another atoms. This, using both atoms, we can create a p junctions. Okay. Now, if we take this representation, this is a perfect silicon atoms. Now, if we add to this crystalline some atoms of arsenic, we will see that we can create 4 bonds, but we have 1 free electrons because the arsenic, it has 5 electrons on his end orbit. Now, what we can see here, that the 5 electrons can be moved on the crystalline, silicium crystalline, using a very low energy electrical field. This is what means a doping N. Now, if we take a look to a doping to this another representations, if we add some atoms of indium to silicium atoms, we can see that we can make only 3 bonds. That means we have 1 hole free. This with a very low energy, we can this atom can accept incoming electrons from other atoms, as we can see here. That is what means the doping P. Now, as conclusion, doping N is the majority charge. Carriers are free electrons, negatively charged, and the p doped on semiconductor. That means the majority charge carriers are free holes, positively charged. I hope that this introduction to the doping P and N will be helpful for you, and don't hesitate to ask me a question if you have. I will be happy to give you a feedback. Thank you. Bye bye.